Welcome to the Eoin McKiernan Library Story Hour at the virtual Celtic Junction. Today's story is the third installment of Irish Legends. These are origin stories of Newgrange, Tara, and the Boyne Valley by Eithne Massey, illustrated by Lisa Jackson. Today's story is the Battle of the Hags. Muireann lay in bed and watched the dark sky over Loch Rue. The clouds were flying across the moon, making shapes like horses and chariots, dragons and swans, and unicorns with wings. They raced over the smooth green plain and the three round green hills that Muireann could see from her window. Soon it would be time for the hag to appear. The Loch Rue hag flew over the plain every night. Her white hair streamed behind her, and her eyes were silver. Her black clothes mingled with the tops of trees. Her face was terrible. Muireann's parents did not believe her when she told them about the hag and all the other creatures she could see in the clouds. Tonight, as Muireann gazed at the sky, she noticed that something was different. Tonight, there were two hags. The little girl sat bolt upright in bed. One was the usual one. The other was fatter and brighter. She had a blue face. She looked in the window at Muireann and grinned, showing gappy teeth. Then she turned to the Loch Rue hag and said, "Garivog, do you want to have a contest? And whoever is strongest will rule this place as far as the eye can see." The Loch Rue hag nodded and said, "Hag from the south, I have an idea. Let's see how many rocks we can carry in our aprons. I'll go first." Garivog picked up a pile of rocks, huge rocks, and filled her giant apron with them. Then she flew high into the sky, cackling. She flew past the houses, past the treetops, past the hilltops, past the clouds. "I can do better than that," said the hag from the south. She picked up dozens of rocks, some even bigger than Garivog's. She followed the Loch Rue hag up into the sky. Higher and higher went the hag from the south, past the houses, past the treetops, past the hilltops, past the clouds, past Garivog. Then she went higher than the moon. Finally, she stopped. Far, far below, Muireann looked up. She could see the hag from the south was struggling to keep hold of her apron full of rocks. "I hope they don't fall and land on me," thought Muireann. And then the rocks did fall. They fell down past the moon, past Garivog, past the clouds, and they landed with a tremendous crash. Muireann peeped out the window. On top of one of the round green hills was a pile of jagged rocks. Then there was another crash. More rocks fell on top of the second round green hill nearby. There was a third enormous crash, and the last of the rocks flew from the hag of the south's apron. This time they fell in the shape of a huge throne. The Loch Rue hag was shrieking with delight. "You dropped them. I won, I won. I'm the strongest hag of all," she called. Then she ran to the throne and sat on it. The hag from the south was rubbing her shoulders. "Well, I'm going home to take a hot bath," she said. And just like that, she was gone. In the morning, Muireann told her mother and father the story of what had happened while they were all sleeping. Everyone said she must have been dreaming, but no one could explain all the rocks that had appeared on the top of the three green hills overnight. One was in the shape of a throne. You can still go to sit on the hag's throne and look over the fields and woods and rivers around Loch Rue. If you are very lucky, you may even see the creatures in the clouds. The end.